It has been a minute since I've been able to get on Archeage. Oh, I do have to apologize to everybody. I was fairly ill all summer. I was very ill for the summer. I had to have a bunch of dental work done. I had a nerve go bad in my jaw that that was not a pleasant experience in the slightest. And then it all kind of rolled downhill from there. And now deal with that. Why am I level 27? I'm level 27 because I'm on an alt. I logged in over here first. I want to check out some stuff. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to have. We will not have the 6.0 build. We won't have the 6.0 build to play with. There's no way for me to get on what our build's gonna look like. So, yeah, that's problematic, right? How do you prep a how do you prep a game server? How do you prep for people if you can't you know if you can't get in there? I do Archeage 101. Not that I would ever expect Gamigo to give me early access to stuff, but it's really difficult. I obviously had a cat on my desk earlier. It's really difficult to make educational content for stuff, and I know some people are like, well, other streamers are going over to the Korean servers. Yeah, that's cool. They can do that, but we're not getting that build either. So there's all sorts. There we go. That's what I like to see. Let's start it that way. There's all sorts of different builds gonna be going on, and people are like, well, it's like this in Korea. Well, the problem is that we're not getting that build. We're getting a build that will come later. A little bit different. We're not getting the Korean labor system. I've heard that the Korean labor system went away. Anyway, I left Archeage to go play Final Fantasy. Played through all of Final Fantasy 14. Honestly, if I'm gonna be, like I said, if I'm gonna be playing a theme park game, I want to play a good theme park game. And I know people are like, well, what are you trying to say about Archeage? Well, what I'm trying to say about Archeage is that, truthfully, the Noyette challenge isn't exactly riveting content. The Serpentis is definitely not riveting content. So, truthfully, I just wasn't interested in what I was doing anymore. It's like, we all got excited for the new Abyssal Library dungeon, and when that came out, it was like, okay, what's this gonna be? And then literally blew through it the first time, and all it was the floor bosses moved into one after another in the dungeon. Like, that's not really, we're not really having a good time here, are we? And so I kind of just left. It at that. All right, and I'm sitting here hemming and hawing about buying a 1099 controller. I mean, I'll spend thousands of dollars on my kids. In fact, I am spending thousands of dollars on my kids. I'm taking them to Universal, which sucks. It sucks. I'm going to Universal like 10 days after Archeage Unchained launches, so I'll be gone for 4 days, and I'm not gonna feel bad. I am not gonna miss you guys at all. I love you viewers. I put my one vacation a year. I don't even carry my phone during the day. There will be no Discord answers. I fuck you. I won't even get your ping. That is the one time of the year that I am not Jay. I revert back to Bruce Wayne in my real personality. And then next summer I'm going to Disney. It'll be the same thing. Sorry. I love you all, but I need time away. I need time to be me. But I'm gonna get all this stuff updated. Why? The reason why Archeage 101 looks like so bad is because my wife bought me, like, I had a smaller monitor, and my wife I bought a monitor for myself. I needed a better monitor. The doctor told me, the monitor you're using, your migraines, you need a better monitor. So I got a better monitor. The two monitors were different resolutions, so my wife bought me. She didn't. It was funny because we set up my new desk. I have the uplift desk, I have the monitor stands, and she just goes and she sees me squinting. And she's like, just need to buy another monitor that matches, because I have 144 hertz monitors. Much better for migraines, much better. And I didn't want to buy a second one. She just got up, went to the store, bought me a second monitor, came home, and she says, here, shut up, stupid. Like, this is ridiculous. So I thought, wow, I love my wife. My wife is amazing. I have no food, I have no consumables. Catch up on some of this. Unchained seems to be more populated than the Fresh Start server. Damn, I'm scared of the wait time just entered the game. Here's the thing. Here's the really big part of that. Here's the really big part. People should be afraid of the queue times, because if Gamigo does it right, there will be queue times. The problem is that there is no I'm a patron, I get to the front of the line, because everybody's a patron on Unchained. The thing comes with you really do want queue times. The reason why you want queue times is because without them, your server, everybody gets spread out too much. And if everybody's spread out too much, then you don't have a healthy population. What you really want to have happen is you want them to ensure queue times, so when you get that initial nosedive, that there's still healthy populations. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. They say the queues will be mitigated by multi-clienting, restrictions on multi-clienting. First of all, okay, I want to see them make it happen. You're here for the viewer, but can't listen at the moment. Well, you're here. That's all that matters. I want to see them make it happen, because 5 years ago, when they had Hack Shield and they said, you can't multi-client. Well, here's where you run into a problem. Fuck you, yes I can. Okay? I mean, I don't want to be confrontational, but you can't tell people they can't use their hardware the way they want to use their hardware. Hack Shield didn't stop people from multi-boxing. You could Hack Shield, like, the only thing they can say is you can't disable Hack Shield. Fine, I won't disable Hack Shield. I will legitimately run Hack Shield and run multiple clients of the game, and I will just dump my extra clients into a virtual machine. That's why active rule enforcement is necessary. The problem is that you can't make that a rule. We've talked about this a bunch on the show. How do you write in your terms of service that I can't use virtual machines, but I can use second and tertiary physical machines? You can't. Sweetheart, do you want a music box? A music backpack? Or anybody on, what the hell? What server am I on? I'm on Kadam. Okay. I didn't know if we changed again. You know, shit happens. Give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away. I forgot. Look at this. Look at the fucking ridiculousness, man. I got shit everywhere. But how do you tell somebody that they can't use a virtual machine to load in 3 clients? But a person like me, I can go to the closet right now. I can pull out a gaming machine with, fuck, a 1070 in it, I can pull out an i7 1070. It would probably now even just running a second client. I can go to my closet, pull out a 1070, pop it up, use Synergy. I have 3 monitors. I can just throw that other client over here. So how is it fair to say you can have 3 accounts, but you can't use virtual machines to do it? It's not. It's bullshit. So I want to see what their statement is. Warhead, myself, several other people on this show, we've talked about the only way to stop people from having multiple clients is to stop multiple clients from being profitable. The problem with that is the moment that you start making having multiple clients profitable, you're doing stuff that hurts new players. You're doing stuff that hurts individual players. For example, you could just say you can't trade honor shop items. So I have 41,000 honor. I have 41,000 honor. I could probably make a couple of hundred gold. With that said, a new player could also make a couple of hundred gold. So it's actually something that, if you guys check underneath the screen, there's a couple other game companies that I work with and talk to. There's Valar down there. There's Defend the Night down there. These are game companies that have literally sought me out and said, hey, we would like to talk to you because of what we heard on your show and the response of your communities. We would like to talk to you about how we make our game better. And that's awesome. That is exactly what I created the Paradox Gaming Network for. I want that is the avenue I wanted. I don't care how big the channel ever gets. Of course, personal, pride, satisfaction. I want the channels to be huge. I want to be a Twitch partner. I have the housing thing. I talked about housing. Talked about housing in my most recent video. Basically, what's gonna happen? You're going to have to go and get your small farm. Now, you don't have to get your small farm, but the reason why I say you have to go get your small farm is that is the only place you can make tax certs. Now, you can make tax certs at somebody else's small farm. You can go to somebody else's small farm and make tax certs. I confirmed this. I confirmed this the other day. In fact, I want to do that. That's one of the reasons why I'm on stream. Where the hell's my book? Book. So, big question I keep getting asked is, where do I want land? Well, what you want is... Okay. Everything good? So, long time ago, in a land far away, when we played Archeage, for those of you that are pre-cargo. Now, if you don't know the phrase cargo, and you're like, what the hell is cargo? Then you are, like, way old school. You left before the big changes. But, in a land far away, I'm just going to use this side. You used to be able to take a pack from Solus to Rookborn, and there was literally a gold vendor right there in Rookborn. He wanted your pack. He gave you gold for it. You could make packs anywhere and take them pretty much anywhere. Not pretty much anywhere. Not every zone had a gold trader, but pretty much every zone had a gold trader. I used to do the Rookborn jump to Falkor, and then I used to laugh because I would see people do the Rookborn jump to Falkor and then run them to Solus, and you were like, what? The server just reset in the value to time ratio. Value to time versus value per labor. Totally different concepts. But with that said, the big money, the really, really, really big money came from being one of those people that could big baller and take packs across the sea. In fact, on my YouTube, you'll find very cringe-worthy combat videos, healer PvP videos, where the big one used to be Sandy, because there used to be right here. There used to be a gold trader here at Golden Fable Harbor, and you were kind of relatively safe as long as a number of people didn't attack you. And if a number of people attacked you, then 2 healers could just heal could just tank the guards. So your money was made running packs all over the world. The problem is you don't run packs anymore. You run packs to this wonderful place here in Solus, and then there's other ones on the other side. And I'm not doing housing yet. Relax, slow down. I am a professional. I've done this for a long time. I'm telling the story. You need the story. So now you bring, it's Baby Spice. What's up? All right. So now you, oh, hey, imagine this. This person's showing up right here. So this person's bringing packs to the specialty buyer. Now, a long time ago in a land far away, but not as long ago as when we used to run packs across the sea, this building had to be fed the right combination, the secret, the secret Dr. Pepper formula, in order to kick out a cargo. Now it doesn't do that. Now there's cargo available all the time. So now there is cargo available all the time. I don't know why it says supply status limited. I didn't really keep up with the changes, but now you take cargo, and this cargo needs to be run across the ocean. So Haranian cargo goes to Diamond Shores, Friedrich, or Nuya. Now, with that said, another thing people used to do way back when was they would fight for, and I'm doing everything on the east side because east is what I know. If you have a question about the west side, I can get into that. But so people used to really want Torchfire Bay, this island here, this whole line edge of housing here at Seven Bridges, down here, south of Lutzong Hill. They wanted the housing there because what they would do is they would spend all day moving inland packs, Hostile packs, Paranor packs, Windscour packs. They would move those to the coast. And then at like 2 o'clock in the morning, when the server was dead and nobody was on, they would load up their merchant ship and they would run them across the ocean. Well, you can't do that. And you also can't stock up cargo and do that because cargo has a freshness date, sealed in freshness. So it really doesn't matter too much where you get your property, not soda, tea. It really doesn't matter where you get your property because the staging of packs isn't a huge deal. Now, a couple of months ago when I was last on, a guy named Shoot, really good guy, part of my network, go-to guy for information. In fact, his house is where I go to do what I need to do. He was showing me the values of Rakala larders brought to Solus, even at the lowest freshness, and still a good profit ratio. You're still making the most gold per labor that I had found, other than the nefarious ways to make gold. But you've got two equations. You've got gold per labor, and you've got gold per time. Or let's do silver per labor and silver per time. It's great if you're making 30 silver per labor, but if you're only making 30 silver per labor every 90 minutes, then you're talking hours and hours and hours to burn through all 2,880 labor that you generate a day. So it's great to do Rakala larders. However, number one, with the mysterious vanishing fucking David Copperfield, Harry Houdini larder act that goes on with these servers lately, not quite sure if you want to invest, not quite sure if you want to invest all that time. Number two, or not quite sure if you want to risk the mats, build the larder, and then the larder disappear. Yep, and you need a car to get the stuff out of... Well, you don't need a car to get larders out of Rakala. You need a car to get larders out of Rakala efficiently. I mean, you can airship them out. Not advisable. But you certainly can airship them out one at a time. I wouldn't do that. Now, it works the same over in Nuya. Now, the big thing for them is this Hell Sea, Hell Swamp peace cycle. They used to get this automatically for free every 8 hours. Hell Sea just went into peace, so they only had to force push one zone. Now, for the people in Animar to move their larders safely with no PvP, they have to push 2 zones. It's still not hard. You basically can solo push a zone in I think about 2 hours is what it was taking me years and years ago when I was a hero and I needed Halsey to go to war when they made that first switch. But you're still talking, if you want the profit, you got to go from Animar up to Soulsreed. So yes, it's really good silver per labor, but it's it's really good silver per labor, but it's really bad labor or silver per time. With that said, you're like, well, what the fuck? How the fuck does that answer my question? The border property is still going to be the hotly contested zone to get land in, because people are going to just be Pavlovian conditioned to go to the prime real estate. If you don't give a shit about where your property is, then go somewhere where it's not going to be contested. For example, in Tiger Spine, there are these little secret hidden spots. I mean, they're not hidden, but people don't know about them. There's a couple right there in Tiger Spine that you can put a couple of houses next to. In Mahadevi, there's in there's a spot. There's like a private little housing. Like, oh, it's only like 2 plots that you can put down. And then in Falcourt, right here by Grey Mist, right in around here, there's like a spot that you can just drop in. I want to say a thatched farmhouse in a 16 is what I remember being next to each other. Yeah, Falcourt larders suck. I'm not saying to do it for larders. I'm just saying that there's a couple of like little interesting places to live. What's up, Turkey? Dude, man, turkey burger sounds good right now. Really, really good. But if you go somewhere like Rakala and you go to one of the housing zones, like there's no housing zone icon here. Yeah, there's this whole thing's a housing zone right here. You go somewhere, you're gonna be able to put down land. Just don't try to muscle your way in to where there's a bunch of people. Nobody, I'm not gonna say nobody, because I don't know what the free path looks like, but nobody is gonna have like what I had at launch. So at launch, Tamir and I, so this is where the jump over is, and there's this lower plateau, and at launch, Tamir and I had most of all of this. I no-lifed for about 90 hours, and all I was doing was making a character, getting to 50 Gilda Stars, dropping a thatched farmhouse, getting another 15 Gilda Stars, dropping, like offsetting by 7, dropping a cottage. She got a thatched farmhouse, she got a cottage. Then we started over on our alts. We got a thatched farmhouse, we got a cottage. We got a thatched farmhouse, we got a cottage. We dropped it all in because it was like, well, fuck it. We knew how valuable property was. And cash shop, credits. We had founders packs. Got to spend the credits on something. Excerpts. With that said, that's not going to happen this time. You are physically unable to make tax certs. You are physically unable to make tax certs before Saturday. I don't know where the tax certs in the basic path are. You're talking 5 days of dailies. I don't know how many diligence coins you're going to be able to get. Trade routes. Housing. I'm trying to keep track of all the questions so that when I do the next video. With that said, what I'll come back with a demo notice. Yeah, you'll get enough tax certs from the 8x8 and the 16x16 to place them. Yes, you have to fully build the 8x8 to craft tax certs. You can't craft anything on the placed item. Let me pop over there. But yeah, you will have enough, you will have enough tax certs to, place both your 8x8 and your 16x16. What I would actually wonder is that, would you have either enough diligence coins or enough labor? And I imagine you should have enough labor, because if you manage your labor properly, what you could probably do, and you'd want to make sure that you only do this in a safe zone. You don't want to do this in a zone where you can get PK'd, but you would want to have a lumber pack on your back, drop your 16x16, build that up, make your tax certs, drop your other 2 properties, and then you'd have a 16x16 and two cottages or a thatched farmhouse. Now, on the question of property and what you want, what do you want? What do you want? Now, here's the thing. What property do you want? What property do you want? Here's an interesting thing about Archeage. Archeage happens to fall into the category of games that is MMORPG, massive multiplayer online. Multiplayer, holy shit. Let's think about this here for a second. The recipe for success is this. Together everyone accomplishes more. I know it's a stupid military acronym, but it's actually based in some relevance. Say you know that you want to do X, but you also want to do Y. There's no way you're going to get all that done for launch day. So what you need to do is you need to talk to your guild and say, is anybody building a townhouse? Is anybody going to go for an upgraded townhouse? Is anybody going to go for an upgraded apothecary house? Is anybody going to go for an armorer's house? Well, the truth of the matter is, if you're a good guild working together, you shouldn't need, okay, you shouldn't need 5 apothecary houses in your guild. Get 1, okay? Get 1. If you use it, help the person who built it, kick them a few coin and be like, thanks, man. I mean, I know we're guildies, but I also know that you're doing me a service. There was a regular 8x8 here the other day. Where the hell did it go? I wanted to record this. Isn't it like 300 Guild stars? Here's the thing. You don't know what they're gonna do with builds. You don't know what they're gonna do with prices. We don't know what it's gonna look like. What the fuck? I swear they had these in the store before. Did they take these out of the store? Oh, because yeah, I'd have to be in the right goddamn store, right? Build it. There we go. Solars, there's 300. I don't think you could have 300 guild stars. I don't think you could have 300 guild stars. Why would you want land? Everyone grinds Hiram. Why would you not want land? To be honest, truthfully, why would you not want land? Land makes you money. Land makes you passive income. I've talked about this numerous times. Land makes you passive income. Land is that thing that you do when you first log in and you're just about to log out. But anybody know what the fuck page it's on? I hate. This is one of the things. Antiquated store. Ironclad, timber. Oh fuck, man! I'm not gonna have my fire ironclad on the new server. Oh. Took me forever to get. And plus, we don't know what rewards are going to be in the premium path. Oh no, they said only cosmetics, so it won't be Guild Stars. See, that was 300. That is one thing I will say was a bad decision. If you grind 24/7, do you even have time for land? I mean, just open coin purses. Hey, Brawley, here's the interesting thing, man. Didn't you always complain about being broke? I mean, honestly, if you were broke and you didn't have the gold to do the infusions, it's great that you have 9,000 infusions sitting around. But if you can't afford to infuse them, then all that farming is pointless. Sometimes grinding 24/7 isn't the best option. Sometimes you only want to grind 23/7, and you want to use that other hour to make gold. If you don't have gold to do the infusions, what the fuck's the point? And then if you're and that's that whole that's that whole silver to labor ratio. If you can double, there it is. I knew there was one. If you can double your silver to labor ratio with very little time investment, I mean, hell, there were days that I could make more silver per labor potatoing, literally planting potato bundles. When the markets were right, when the chopped produce was right, I just throw my numbers into my calculator. What's chopped produce today? What are potatoes today? What's the price? What could I get for the seeds today? What's the vocation today? I just chuck a couple of numbers into a spreadsheet, and it spits me out an answer. Open coin purses or plant potatoes. I mean, that's taking the game to a little bit of a next level, but that's how I think. I want to maximize my time. I mean, shit. I mean, imagine if I sold all this crap in my bag. I'm gonna be giving away an Apex. This is all my bound shit, okay? This is my bound shit. I mean, I got a couple of bits and pieces in here that's sellable, but I have alts. I have alts and alts and alts and alts and alts of accounts with unbound shit on it that I could sell. Hey, little person, come here. They want to see you. They haven't seen you. And you're a panda. Okay, guys. This is my panda. Everybody should have a panda. Good job.
Hey.
Good job.
Hey, bye.
Good night. Zoom. I found out today that the current generation is Generation Zoom. Alright, anyway. The 8x8 farm thing. As you can see, I can make tax certs at a farm. That's not mine. Just so everybody knows. Now, the other question I got asked is the upgrade thing. Should I upgrade my farm? Zoom, speed, zoom. Should I upgrade my garden into a improved scarecrow farm design? I don't really think that you're gonna have time to gather all the mats that you're gonna need. I don't think it's gonna be iron, stone, or it's not gonna be iron or stone that would stop you from upgrading the farm design. It's gonna be lumber, and it's gonna be cloth. It's gonna be leather. You could probably do the cloth, but remember, I'm being told, and guys, remember, I do apologize. I tell you guys when I don't have an answer. I'm being told that the public farms are removed in 6.0. I'm being told that the public farms were removed. And somebody said, well, the public farms were removed to make room for more land, more stuff. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. You disagree? 5 days is plenty of time to get all the mats to upgrade both the 8x8 and the 16x16. I don't know. And the reason why I say I don't know is because you're just going to be labor. You're going to be labor bound. And because all of your, all of the other stuff that you're going to do, I mean, you're talking 2880 times 5. Pull you over here. I mean, you're working with 14,400 lumber. I wish I had 14,400 lumber. We're talking 14,400 labor for the 5-day period. Plus or minus if we start with 5,000. Remember that fiasco. But everything that you do, you're going to be paying max labor for. Because you're not going to have any proficiencies. You will start with 5K. Is that confirmed? Because, I mean, they kind of made a big deal about the last time. You don't start with labor. I know it's the last time, and I'm not holding it against them. So even if we do that, so you're talking 19,400. I mean, yeah, not officially common sense. I mean, we've all been there. Hey. And just remember, guys, this is a public farm. But I'm just showing you guys, don't leave... My bag is full. Holy shit. Don't leave your stuff here. Because I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you, I am going to come on to all these public farms in my travels. And as you can see, somebody left their trees here. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to take your shit. Because I'm a jerk. It's legal theft. This is legal theft. Let's see. What are you still doing here? Nobody ever stays this long. This is the end screen. Well, since you're here, there's a couple other videos I think you should check out. And all those names? Those are my patrons over at Patreon. I couldn't do this without them. So, big thanks to them for all their support.